Real Talk Sports, where we strip away the fluff and get straight to the heart of the game. From the hottest plays on the court to the controversies off it. We're breaking it all down with unfiltered takes and raw honesty. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Just real talk for real fans. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, it's your girl with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. You rocking with Keisha and Duvall. Well, real ones talk real sports. Well, in Chicago, during the retirement of Candace Parker's jersey, a sideline reporter dropped a bold statement. Well, I would just say Shimmy and Lisa dropped a bold statement. They part of that broadcast crew for Chicago on the side calling the games. They brought up Angel Reese's first two seasons as it stacks up against Asia Wilson and Candace Parker. Right. They had Candace Parker in the building. So they got her reaction. Duvall, are you ready to get into this or you need a warm-up?
We, the prosecution, want to put Candace Parker on the stand, please.
You want to put her on the stand? Before we put on the stand, make sure y'all hit the like button. I'm on the road to 1,600 subscribers. Please hit the subscribe button. We about to get into it. Hold on. Let me change my screen because Candace. Man, I'm telling you. Here we go.
In the history of the game is in the Bill Star in only 2 years, Camila Cardoso, but future greats and just the ramification of that. And then I started digging a little deep, and I just said, I wonder how these guys compare their first couple of years.
Look at this is the first 2 years.
First 2 years for all three. I didn't realize how close. So what stands out to you about that?
Hold on. Before we get really into it, they kind of put Candace. Look, they put on the spot, Duvall. What you think?
Before you get to the other clip, like I said, they're very similar, but they, these Angel haters, they try to make an excuse that Candace Parker was pregnant during her second season, kind of affect the numbers. Well, I will also say that then Angel, she had a bad back. She missed like 10 games. It's not equivalent to a pregnancy, but she had something that affected her. So her numbers affected too.
Yeah, go ahead. She actually missed games in both seasons. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say she was on a hot streak when she had her back injuries and everything else. So we can't use that excuse. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the numbers are the numbers. And the numbers are very, very close enough where Angel should have been respected by Candace Parker, but maybe Candace Parker felt differently. And that's okay. But before you continue, I want to give a shout out to my man, Bill Dukes. He is a detective. Yeah. On the Mensa Society movie, he played that very well. He was a famous detective that had Kane under the light, that had Kane under that spotlight, and had Kane stuttering and scared to death. So if you could pull up that clip for me, please, so people could understand.
Look, I'm gonna pull up the cartoon version. Hold on, here we go.
Now you see something. You know you don't fucked up, right?
No, I said no. I said I pulled into the garage
You know you don't fucked up, right? Now you see something. You know you don't fucked up, right?
No, I said no. I said I pulled into the garage
I'm sorry, y'all. That was funny to me. But yeah, Candace and just after.
In my famous words of my boss, Mr. K-Sap, Candace Parker got in that trick bag.
Yeah, man.
She got caught slipping. So let's continue with the prosecution examination of Candace Parker.
Hey, let's listen to the rest of the these ladies talking about because they ran up on Candace. Candace she kept her cool, you know. But let's hear it. Well, y'all heard Candace speak when she was presented with those numbers that they were similar to her 2 years in her first 2 years in the league. Do you think Candace is backpedaling, or do you think she was just giving critiques of Reese and she wasn't trying to be a hater, but came off that way?
In the words of my sister, she said she was backpedaling and pussy popping. Excuse my language.
Okay.
Before I get on Candace, because I ain't going to get on too hard, not on this video.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to get on her critique of Tyler Marsh saying under his tutelage, they would be great. Well, she said there, I guess, her and Camilla, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
If I had learned something the other day, or even yesterday, you could tell when a coach has a team going into the right direction. People that they expect nothing from, all of a sudden rise to the ranks. And I thought this coach from the Connecticut Sun, I don't know what the coach name is, but when you got what the girl named Lacone or something like that,
Layla Lacombe.
Layla Lacone and Sanaa Rivers showing supreme promise for their future as Connecticut Sun players for this league in the WNBA. Why we don't got nobody like that? Like I said, Tyler Moss can't take credit for Camilla. Camilla 6'7", KT 6'7". Can't
Nope.
take credit for Angel because Angel been Angel before he came into the picture. So
Mm-hmm.
why we don't have nobody like that?
And he hasn't done anything with the rookies that we do have. Whereas you see with the Connecticut Sun coach, you see Sanaa Rivers, you see the rookies they have over there. You see Anissa Morrow, you see Lacombe. I mean, you see some development coming in because there was question marks about each one of those ladies coming into the league, especially Rivers and Anissa Morrow. But Tyler Marsh hasn't done anything. I disagree with Candace. Tyler Marsh hasn't did anything with the rookies we have on the Chicago Sky. So why would we think he's gonna do something with the 2-year players?
And 2-year players a lot of stuff before him. So
yes,
where does he has tutelage, and why should we be comfortable with him going forward as Sky fans? Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I think she was just, I don't know what that was about.
That Donald Trump speak, that PR speaking, she just saying anything. But we don't move past that.
Yeah, we'll move past it.
But with Candace herself, after that clip, the one question I want to ask you, Candace, while you're still on this stand, was that so hard? Was that so hard? You could have said that from the beginning, and you would never got none of this smoke. You would never put yourself in a position where not Candace, Angel Reese is not wearing your shirt, and she's not in the Chicago Sky pregame video giving you praise and flowers, because she gave you praise and flowers up until that point. See, this is where I'm gonna get on Chicago Sky haters and Angel Reese haters for a second, and because this is my issue. Stop lying for Candace, saying that she just gave an honest basketball critique and that's why we're mad. No, it's bigger than that. First of all, Candace been giving Angel Reese critique since on Rival. And I said something did to you. And on Rival, like, oh, she throw a little shade at Angel, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna say that too much because she a legend.
Right.
She in the GOAT conversation. Let's swallow our whistle, right?
Right.
Okay. So then we move past on Rival. I said, oh, cool. Because we seen her throw a shade at Angel, but then when they do well, she give praise to her former teammate Kelsey Berry and her former champion teammate Khalil Copper. I said, okay, cool. It's all good. So then we get to Jamel Hill. Then she critiqued Angel game again and gave Caitlin praise. So I'm like, my eyebrow raised. I'm like, that's interesting. Still us Scalper fans, Angel fans, we ain't say nothing. We're like, okay. Smell a little fun over here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I forgot to clean somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, but let's still keep moving because you know what I'm saying, it smell, but you know what I'm saying, we can't find where the stinks just at yet. So I said, cool. Okay. So when I started to say something, when we did our first video, me and you, Lakeisha, because we started to see the disrespect get a little bit more disrespectful, was when Keyshawn Johnson YouTube video was Cheryl Miller and Candace. And that's when we were like, okay, this going far enough. She throwing a little bit too many shots. Now this is son ain't right. Hold up, son ain't right. Like the little gifs say on Twitter. So we did our first video, right? Okay, cool. We thought it was over. And then we really got upset when this is around the All-Star break, when that tier list came out. And she put Angel on the C tier with a person that didn't play for a year. She didn't even play a snap since June 15th of 2024. So you saying Candace was, not Candace, you saying Angel was Candace, because you understand. You said Angel was in the C tier and she was just an offensive rebounder. And she is compared on the same level as somebody that hasn't played for a year. That tell me you ain't watch basketball and you ain't really watch that woman play. Because you consider her just an offensive rebounder, knowing damn well she was more than that. Especially when you watched her in Unrivaled. She's smarter than that. But that when we did our second video. Okay. Then after that video, she got a little heat. Then my girl, I forgot her name, but she's a broadcaster. But she got a little podcast, and Candace Parker was on there explaining her position, talk about we have a right to critique and blah 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 blah, knowing that she's lying, we roast her again. And then because she got roasted too bad, she all of a sudden changed her position, gaslighting Sky fans, Angel fans, with Angel haters saying that, oh, we judge an Angel on the people that was above her, who would you take in front of her? But that wasn't the original question or critique and question from you, Candace. You said she was a C tier. You ain't say, hey, Angel is ranked 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and we can't rank her in front of these other people because we feel like they have whatever qualifications you think they are in front of Angel. You see how you moved the goalpost? Yeah, she moved that goalpost. She moved the goalpost. And so the MAGA, the Clarkies, you know what I'm saying, the Brazilians and the South Carolina fans, they moved the goalpost too. Because at the end of the day, they want to be right. And it's not about being right. It's about being fair. And my thing is this. We did not ask you to say Angel Reese is a generational athlete. You know, I think she is because if you're the best to ever do something, you're generational. If you're the best to ever do something and you dominating at that particular skill, you're the best to ever do something. Steph Curry is the best shooter to ever shoot the basketball. Steph Curry ain't better than everybody else at every other position or every other thing. He's just the best shooter to ever do it. So he's considered generational because he's the best shooter to ever do it.
Yes.
So why Angel Reese can't be considered generational? Because she's the best rebounder in the history of the league. And she rebounded at a rate that was never seen before and might not be never seen since. So I think she's generational. But again, we ain't asking you to say that, Kansas. The only thing we ask you to do is be fair with your critique and not just use Angel as your pinata so you get your podcast off and you can get another set of fans to like you. Because if you notice, we never see you critique anybody else. Now, not one other person that we heard on the record, on Twitter or anywhere else, where Candace Parker critiqued another player. It was just Angel. So that feels like a personal vendetta to me. If you ask me for myself, that seems like a personal vendetta to me when you don't see another person that Candace Parker critique, scrutinize, analyze, and dissect their game. And with Chicago Sky fans and Angel fans, 'cause I have to say it like that, we see Angel get criticized by other greats, and we never came after them. We never came after Lisa Leslie when Lisa Leslie criticized Angel in her face. We never came after Cheryl Swoops when Cheryl Swoops told Give Arena's podcast, when she was on Give Arena's podcast, and Angel and Caitlin were both coming into the league. She said both of their game might not translate. We never criticized Cheryl Swoops. We never even criticized Sue Bird when she had her constructive criticism, but gave praise as well. Because we knew they were fair in their critique and criticism, and in the case of Lisa Leslie, she was more than willing to help Angel get to where she needed to go as far as her playmaking style and her being the best version of herself as a basketball player. Candace was just critiquing and not giving praise. She was not being fair. She was just like criticizing the woman, like as if she wanted to make Angel feel like she was beneath Candace because of Candace's assumption of herself and what she thinks somebody like Caitlin Clark game is at compared to where Angel game is at this time. And that's where we called you out. And that's where the Chicago Sky broadcast team called you out on your bullshit. And you had to answer that question in front of the world. And they did what they need to do to put your ass out there and make you tell the truth in front of the judge, in front of the world, in front of everybody. So now you can start lying and start acting dumb and playing clueless as if you don't know that this woman, Angel Reese, is not a great player herself and one day might be a Hall of Famer.
First of all, when Candace first gave her whatever that was, A, B, C tiers, D tier, whatever it is, a C tier player is an average player.
Role player.
It's a role player. I don't even think, and I know we can only go off of potential with these players that she was ranking, like Paige, Caitlin, Brink, and Angel. We can only go off potential because they haven't played enough in the league. So even though Cam Brink haven't played maybe 12, 13 games before she went down, her potential was still high. So me personally, at this particular moment, none of them players should have been in the C tier based off of potential. Even Brink, because Brink has a skill that might lead her to the Hall of Fame, which is being a shot blocker. So Candace was completely off on both of that, because the only thing you can do with Caitlin Clark, Paige, Angel, and Brink, and the people she had in those tiers is go off their potential, because they haven't done enough yet. That's number one. Number two, when you look at these numbers, even though Candace Parker, yes, she was on maternity leave that second year, but even if you compare these three ladies in their rookie years, they get Angel in the points category, but they don't get her in rebounds. Now the second year, Angel is better on the assist front than Candace was in her second year, but Candace was better in the assist front in her first year. But we have to understand, they tell you to take things in context, right? Candace Parker came into as a rookie. She came to that LA Sparks team. She was with the great Lisa Leslie. Angel Reese came into a team that had got rid of all of their stars, had a new rookie head coach, and Teaspoon, and rebuilding their roster. Candace Parker didn't come into that situation.
And she had a 2-time winning coach at that time too.
Yes, she came into a better situation. Asia Wilson came in. I think she came in with Hamby, if I'm not
I think Hamby came later.
maybe after that. But
Yeah, Hamby came after that.
but I will say this: Asia Wilson was still Asia. I mean, she still didn't beat Angel Reese only in the points category, which coming into from college to the pros, we already knew Angel had to get better offensively because she was coming out of a program that played her a certain way. So she was going to have to get back into her bag to learn all that stuff and good thing. But the reason why Candace Parker's comments is kind of a little crazy, but she had those gifts before she went into that Kim Mulkey system, before she got hurt. Candace knows all of this. It's not like Angel Reese never could score. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you had a person in college that never was only a defensive rebounder and she could never score. That was not Angel Reese. So for her to walk into this acting like she's a C-tier player when she know all of her gifts translated, then now we get to the second year. She's building on what she learned in the first year, right? And now these numbers. And yes, Candace Parker she did have a baby. Angel Reese missed several games first season. She missed several games this season. And she
back and leg injury.
And she's still close to you, Candace. So the only thing I can think is that it's only one or two things. Either you wasn't watching her because she's not your cup of tea, or and you just wanted to jump on the bandwagon or whatever, or you just wanted to push your podcast and get some controversy going, and now you backing off those comments because you never really agreed to them in the first place. You were just trying to sell your podcast. I don't know what it is, but what happened is you end up making yourself look foolish because we know, Candace Parker, that you know basketball, and especially you know the forward position. So that's why your comments took us off guard. You can critique whoever you want. We want our legends to critique the youngins, but it can't be disingenuous, Candace. That's the only thing people are saying. And I noticed something in that clip, and I'm gonna land with this. She said, I was a mentor to Asia, and I see Asia being a mentor to Angel. Why not you being a mentor, Candace?
I think that
Leslie is a mentor, and you don't have to be close to her in age to be a mentor. I land.
I think what she was trying to say, it got misinterpreted. I think what she was trying to say is like she passed the torch from her game to Asia. Asia passed the torch to Angel. But nevertheless, not only we see you had a history from, like I say, on Rival up until now, criticizing Angel and nobody else, but you became a liar. And I'm gonna tell you why you became a liar. Not only you moved the goalpost when it came to your position on your critique and everything else, but most importantly, you, Candace Parker, said that the only way somebody like Angel could be a B or A or even an S tier player was if they were the first and second best option on the team. That's what you said, right? But then we played the clip one day when you were talking about players that was injured, number one players on teams that was injured, Candace, with Leah Boston and that Drive podcast. You mentioned Brandon Stewart, you mentioned Ryan Howard, you mentioned Caitlin Clark, you mentioned, I think, Fee at the time because she was still injured, but you also mentioned Angel Reese. But you got it in C tier. So she can't be the number one and number two option on the team because that means you would have had to put her in the B or A tier. But you said that she was the number one player on the Chicago Sky and was injured. We still got the clip, Candace. We still got you on the stand, Candace. So where is the consistency? And we would have took your comments seriously, Candace. How come you never critique Kiki? How come you never critique Aaliyah Boston, your podcast mate? Huh? How come you never critique Caitlin Clark? Because if you want to really critique Caitlin Clark, this generational quote unquote athlete that you said on Keyshawn Johnson's podcast, how come this generational athlete, Caitlin Clark, not even a willing defender, can't play defense? She get lost. She has to get, they have to play zone and hide on defense because say she's so bad at it. She can't shoot consistent jumpers. She can't play without the basketball. And most importantly, she can't play within the structure of a half-court offense. A lot of her stuff is fast-paced offense. That's when she at her best. That's one style. There's a reason why, Candace, if you really want to give a critique of Caitlin Clark, that's why she never won at any level. Not AAU, not high school, not college. Because that style of play that she plays, because she don't have a fastball, that she don't have an off-speed pitch, a second pitch, what they call a baseball, she always run out of gas when it comes to playing better teams. Because she only play one style. But it's exciting, right? It sell tickets, right?
Yeah.
That's all y'all care about, right? But
That's what they say.
It don't win championships. And until Caitlin Clark refine her game and focus on the things that she lacked instead of playing golf and run around with a boyfriend at Butler and him being the assistant coach, not being messy, because I know your chat like to say that I'm a messy person, like to say I be talking like a female. That's cool. But I'm just going to speak facts here. Until she can start doing those things, her game going to be limited too. But that don't never get criticized. Why you don't do that? Because you don't want the microphones on your neck, do you? You don't want Donald Trump to put a tweet out about you, don't you? See, that scares you. See, you think if you criticize Caitlin Clark, oh, you could lose a lot. See, you thought you could criticize Angel Reese and nobody wouldn't care. But we didn't care at first until you start doing it one too many times, and that's when we had to call you out on your bullshit.
Hey, look, we about to get up out of here. Let me tell you something before we go, Deval. The trip part about this whole thing is we didn't even think Angel was ready to be compared like this to Asia and Candace Parker. We gave them their reverence. We never even made this comparison. We as her fans didn't come in saying she was better than Candace Parker. She better than Asia Wilson. We never said that. But Candace, because you out here with that buffoonery, that's why you own a graphic. Now, having to answer this question at your jersey retirement, which should have been just a joyous occasion celebrating you. Now you have to answer these questions, Candace. When all you had to do was give a fair critique and move on with life. I get that you're doing a podcast with Aaliyah Boston. The trip part about it is, and I'll say this until we get up out of here. You never critiqued Aaliyah Boston, though. And she is a current WNBA player playing the 5 position. You never put her in a tier. None of it.
Because Aaliyah Boston defense is questionable. She can't play the perimeter on the defense end. And her rebounding is lackluster. So you could have critiqued Aaliyah Boston and help her to get better. But now that just don't say for Angel Reese, right? Because it's the easy thing to do. Because Angel Reese is the pinata. But we're done with you, Candace. You no longer understand. So you know what I'm saying? In the words of the prosecution, this witness is dismissed. She can get off the stand now.
We rest. And guess what? Another thing, Candace. Congratulations on retiring your jersey. You are a great player. See, we're not haters.
See, But I will say,
Congratulations, Candace.
you played yourself. That's all you did. You played yourself. That's why my girl did not wear your shirt. That's why my girl didn't participate in your video, because she's seen the hater when she knows that it shouldn't be there.
Angel was fine until that last Angel was fine until you open up your podcast with her as the pinata. Then she was done with you, Candace.
Mm-hmm.
All you had to do was leave that child alone. She has enough on her plate, man. She wasn't even trying to be compared to you, Candace. She wasn't.
Or to any other WNBA player. She was just trying to be her.
That's it. Matter of fact, she wants to be unapologetically her. She don't want to be nobody else. I know, Candace. I know. We about to get up. We about to get up out of here, Devon. We about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sport. Hit the like button, subscribe, and also join the conversation. Please leave us comments. Let us know how you feel about our commentary. You know, we the real ones. We talk real sports always. The ball, anything else? We about to get out of here.
Yeah, you had circle in your little graphic thing, so I don't know that might not look good, but we, like I said again, we, Candace, man, we didn't want to do this to you. We didn't want to critique you. We did not want to scrutinize you. We did not want to call you things that's not flattering to your character. But at the same time, it seemed clear that it was personal when you were criticizing Angel, and it came across like you were jealous of her success and her fame, and you felt like she was beneath you, so you had every right to diminish and downplay whatever made her great as a person, as a personality, and as a basketball player. You're wrong for that, Candace. Grow up, be better, be an example to the youth.
We out, CP3. Let me stop.
Peace.
Peace, CP3.
For now.
Yeah, until the next time as the world turns. We got to go. Bye, y'all.